Greetings, folks. So, today is October 6th, and you must be thinking, well, what's going on today? Today, I'm actually not doing a Project Gemini update video. Uh, that will be coming soon in regards to the new record that's going to be coming out, The Dark Days of Yesterday, which will be my goal is to aim for Halloween to get that out. But anyways, why I'm here today is because being Monday, October 6th, I thought I would do just like a regular day, just like any other day in my life. But no, today I woke up to some very startling news, in fact. It dropped only about an hour and a half ago, I believe. And when I first saw it, it was only out in the world as news for maybe 20 minutes at that point. Uh, and anybody who knows me well enough from my videos and from the podcasts that I do, which one of them is, in fact, the Kiss FAQ podcast and the Yes Music podcast, knows that while those two bands are extremely important to me, the most important band in my life is Rush. Now, what am I going to be talking about today? Well, in case you haven't heard the news, uh, Rush are back. Rush have reformed. There's a 4-minute video that's out on the official Rush YouTube page where Geddy and Alex announce that they're going to be going back on tour in 2026, uh, and will be playing various cities. I don't think it's going to be a very big tour, at least from what I've seen so far. There's only a few places that have been announced so far, and the dates are going to be in July. They have 2 dates for Madison Square Garden, 2 dates for Toronto at the Air Canada Centre. There's 2 dates in Chicago. I'm sure my friend Vance will be pleased about that. There's a date in Mexico, of all places. I was surprised to see that. And Los Angeles. And I think for now, that's all they have up for ticket purchases. Well, whether there'll be other cities or not, excuse me, I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. Now, I just wanted to make this video to just voice what I think about it because, as you know, and as I said earlier, Rush are an extremely important band to me. Uh, they were actually the band that got me into music overall. Nothing that I've done musically would have happened unless I was introduced to Rush thanks to my sister Jane. Um, so, what do I think about this? I'll be honest. At first, when I first heard about this, I had kind of mixed feelings. Rush was that band where I had held my head up high to say that once they were done, once Neil passed away, that they were going to stand firm and not, move forward without Neil. And I thought that was a good idea because really, how can you replace Neil Peart, right? But that happened in what 2017 or so. I don't even remember when that happened. I've kind of tried to block that out of my mind for some reason. But it's been a long time. It's been well over 10 years, I think, since they've stopped playing. And, they're musicians. And real musicians want to play. Real musicians want to write songs and make music and stuff like that. So do I have any negative vibes about them wanting to do it? No, because of course, you're a musician, you want to make music, you want to play. And they see lots of other bands out there doing this stuff, and have a lot of these bands have reneged as well. I mean, Ozzy said back in, No More Tears that was his last tour, and he did several tours after that. The Who said that they were on their farewell tour in 82, I believe it was, and look at how many times they've went back and came back and played. In fact, they finally just retired now, just a few days ago. So, this is their first sort of comeback. Hopefully it'll be just this time, and that's it. They come out with a bang and end it properly, in my opinion. And yeah, that would be that. So what are my concerns? Number one, and the one that everyone's going to say is the obvious concern, and it is for me, is how do you replace Neil Peart? Well, you can't. That's just the bottom line. You can't. But I was very surprised when they announced, and I have the info here, that Annika Niles, a German, read this here. It says, Annika Dials is a German drummer, composer, solo musician, and musical educator. She launched her career on YouTube during the early 2010s and has released 2 full-length albums to date, both with backing band Neville Pickler Pick Picklar in 2017, and okay, well that's the name of the album, Picklar in 2017, and for A Colorful Soul in 2020. So she's obviously done stuff. She's an educator, and I've also realized one other thing that was interesting. When you go to her Wikipedia page, she has won numerous awards within the drumming circle. Here, just give me 1 second. I'm going to just read it off because I feel it's kind of important for some sort of clarity on this situation. So, 2015, she was awarded the Drummy Award for Rising Star, and in 2016 for Modern Drummer, she got the Up and Coming Artist. In 2017, Drum Magazine gave her the Best Fusion Drummer, well, second best. Drummy Award, number 3 Best Educator. 2018 Music Radar Awards gave her the number 1 Best Clinician. And in 2019, Music Radar Awards gave her a number 3 Best Clinician. So obviously she knows what she's doing. She's obviously very skilled and a gifted drummer. I'm not going to say she isn't. I don't know much about her playing, so I can't go into much more detail than that. But if Alex and Geddy jammed with her, which they said they've played with her for a little while now, and are happy with her, then that's good enough for me. I don't think that they would risk this with a haphazard sort of, second tier drummer. That they are confident with her, if she feels she adds to the music, that's good enough for me. And I guess we'll see once we start hearing any sort of music coming from them, how good that decision was. Now, the other thing, really quickly, now I'm just free thinking. I have no notes here, so bear with me if I jump all over the place. But the second thing that was of concern to me is that they also announced that they'll be expanding the band, that they will have a separate keyboard player now. So Rush will now effectively be a 4-piece now. Geddy also said, though, that for certain songs like Tom Sawyer and stuff like that, he will play the keyboard parts just because he feels it important for him to play those memorable moments, right? So I'm guessing that the keyboard player will be there for all those other kind of padded stuff and keyboard stuff that, he felt that he was sort of, forced to play and sort of like tied to, and now he can move around and do stuff. Don't forget, these guys are in their 70s as well here, okay? So the stuff they did in their 30s and stuff is going to be a hell of a lot harder to do now, So they said they have like plenty, like 35 songs they've worked on. It's going to be a long show, apparently. So I'm excited. The more I think about it, the more I'm starting to get excited about it. Now, how will it go from here? Will anything happen after the tour? I don't know. They keep talking about that they've been working on songs and doing songs. Will there be a single that comes out before they go out on this tour? Maybe. Will there be a record that comes out? I don't know. These are all questions that are being floating around my head, and I'd love to hear your guys' comments about this too, because as it sits right now, I'm sort of like 70-30, 70 excited, 30, I don't know if I'm as excited. You know what I mean? It's been a long time since I've seen Rush. Obviously, it's a long time since any of us have seen Rush live. It is an exciting thought. Again, my main concern is, how do you replace Neil? How will these songs sound without him? We've heard people do these songs before. Like we've heard at the Taylor Hawkins thing. I think Danny Carey played with them and stuff like that. And truth be told, it was okay, but it was nowhere near as magical as it was with Neil, obviously, right? So let's see how this goes, because apparently they've had a lot of time. They've been working on this for over a year, and I gotta say, tip of the hat to the organization, all the people that have been involved with this, because there's already been photos taken. There's a poster already for the tour that's up and about, floating around. So a lot of people knew about this already for a while now, and have kept it under their hats, so to speak. So hats off to you guys for being so good and keeping it quiet, because I had no clue this was going to happen. So what are your thoughts? Are you excited that Rush are going to be coming back in 2026 to play? The pre-sale for the tickets go on sale next week, apparently. I think it's October 13th or something like that. Are you going to go? What are your thoughts? Leave your comments below. thank you for watching. And yeah, I'll probably make another video or two talking about this once more information comes out. But thanks for watching, and there'll be some more Project Gemini news coming down the line as well. So take care. Have a good day.